All the best, guys. Have a good game.
Umpire. Umpire. I have two guys who are 3 minutes out. Can I just start with my 11? તમે લેવા જ થતો એટલા કે પેલા ખાવા પડશે ચાલો ખાઈ નાખીએ કેટલું ભાઈ કેટલું હજી 19 ઓવર ઓકે आजो गाइस भाई फटाफट करके आओ अबे मैच स्टार्ट होने वाला है यार ए लेट हिम गो मैन लेट हिम गो करना ए क्या क्या ऑलरेडी हम लोग इतना तो करें one boys only 4 on the ground आने के बाद
ठीक है। Punjab Blues versus MCT All-Stars. Excellent delivery from side to start it off. Punjab Blues winning the toss and choosing to bat first. Chand and Sharad Lumba. International quality. Stars in the IPL. MCT All-Stars decide to start off with spin today. The first game didn't go according to plan for MCT All-Stars. Ensuring that they get a point in the ball in this one. Neither did it go right for the Blues.
First sign of aggression, but will only yield a single. Change in their batting order for Punjab Blues. They've started with Chand and Sharad Lumba today. In the first game it was very different. Unmukh still opened the batting though. Kept a little low. The first time in the entire day it's kept a little low. So far so good for Sai. Very aggressive, right intent. Just love the line and length. Change in field with mid-wicket in place now. Straight to point, no damage done. Dot ball to finish, just 2 runs of it. Punjab Blues, after winning the toss and choosing to bat, 2 for no loss in 1. Joydeep sharing the new ball with Sai. MCT All-Stars desperate for a win over here. Punjab Blues likewise. Started off with a slip in place here. Joydeep, third man's inside the circle, man at point. Extra cover is at least 10 yards inside the 30-yard circle. That's a catching position for him. Very wide long off. Remember, the first 6 overs, only 2 men are allowed to patrol the boundary rope. Swinging in nicely. Good negotiation by Sharad Lumba. It's a quiet start for Punjab Blues. Quite in contrast to what Samp Army managed in the first game against them. Just when I thought they would want to borrow a leaf out of Samp Army's book, they've decided to pay respect to the bowlers, the line and length, choose the right ball to smash away. Poor delivery, just helped it on its way. No fine leg. 2 runs written all over it. It's a thick outfield, so the ball will not travel to the fence for a glide of that kind. You've really got to muscle it to send it over the fence and sometimes to the fence as well. Catch it is the call. Will be taken. Manek shot extra has done the trick. He was standing at least 10 yards inside the 30-yard circle. This is the reason. No elevation whatsoever. The first one bites the dust. Punjab Blues do not get the start that they were dreaming of. It's going to be a long walk back indeed. UC back in the hut. For the second time he chips it in the air. Swallowed by the fielder. Almost felt like it was half-hearted. Unmukt Chand, we've seen many a time just go over extra cover, inside out, and gets a lovely boundary. A different outfield today, different challenge today with the concrete. Departs for 3. Punjab Blues 5 for 1. Five for 1. Joydeep amongst the wickets. All it took him was 4 deliveries. Slip in place for the new man in. DR. Three men on the leg side inside the circle. All of them in a catching position. They're going to take a start as well. They're not lurking at the 30-yard circle. Interesting approach. 2 men out. A sweeper and a very wide long off. DR hooks it away in style. Starts off with a boundary. Intercepts it on the rise. Gets into a lovely position to complete the swivel, and no stopping that. That was from the middle of the bat as well. Waiting for Joydeep's reaction and reply. Now can he come back well in the final delivery? He's picked up a wicket. He's also conceded a boundary. Come what may, it's a successful over for him, but he needs to close it out well to apply more pressure on Punjab Blues. We've seen many a time that T20 cricket is about momentum and how much you can shift the pressure to the opposition. The field hasn't changed. Captain believes in Joydeep's approach. The slip will still be stationed. Lets this one go. White ball signalled. The umpires for today, Chirag and Panakalu. Umpire Panakalu, no hesitation there in spreading his arms beyond the reach of DR. Mid off in place now. There is no long off. That's what is decided to sacrifice. Final delivery. Solidly defended. He's picked up a single as well. Not often do you see, especially on this kind of an outfield, you tap and run. DR seems to be up for the task. All ones on the board. 2 overs gone. 11 for 1. Terrific hit. Once again, it's about getting into a position so early and allowing that clean swivel to come through. What a way to invite Sai back into the attack. Was very tidy in the first over. Gave away just 2. After the first ball, he's given away twice as many. 2 men allowed to patrol the boundary rope in the first 6 overs. Both of them on the leg side. No chance for anyone. Powerfully struck. 4 more. DR has figured out the right way to score runs on this particular outfield. Clobber the ball. No half measures. Terrific striking. That's just marginally short, and he makes use of that room available for him as well, for the free flow of the bat to come through and swivel accordingly. Captain of MCT All-Stars has decided to have a deep square leg in place, not conventional deep backward. Hence he's targeted deep backward now. The calls for 2 right away. 2 it shall be. Not even running the second one hard because he knows there's only 2 for that shot. Dancing down the track, man in the deep. Will he convert it into a catch? Takes it on the bounce. He had to make that split-second decision whether to dive forward and try and complete a catch or take it on the bounce and save a boundary. He chose the latter because it would have been very difficult as the ball was dipping on him. Change in field for Sharath Lumba. Long on in place, and that means deep backward square will convert himself into a square leg. Catch it is the call, but will land safely. Again called for 2. And that is the nature of this beautiful ground. You clobber the ball sometimes and get 2. Sometimes it's a gentle edge, but it falls in an area where it's got to be a long distance for the nearest fielder to get to it. You still get 2. But the outfield will not assist. Change in field. Sacrificing the man on the offside inside the circle for a short fine leg. Beautifully driven. But the grass is so thick, it'll go quietly to the fielder at mid-off. Fronts towards his left side just a little bit to retrieve the ball. End of the third, 25 for 1. Height would have been a big issue. Unfortunately, in our game of cricket, it's got to hit the stumps and not just the decibel levels, because the appeal came from the farthest fielder. Extra bit of bounce from Sami. Gets around it, inside out, over the man at mid-off. Will run away to the fence. It was powerfully struck indeed, and that seems to be the right ingredient if you want to score boundaries on this particular ground. Sixes even more, so 20 of 8 now for DR. He has cracked the code. He knows the formula to score runs. Mid-on up in the circle. Long off stationed. Joydeep's decided to saunter that area. Extra bounce. Was that half an opportunity? The looks of the keeper's reaction. Seems no. By signal, no bat involved. In the air for a brief moment, but no damage done. Beautifully played, but straight to the fielder. There is a wall on the offside. 4 men are inside the circle on the off. A dot ball to finish the over. Did start off with a boundary. In fact, it was a second ball, but then good comeback by Sameep. 32 for 1 at the end of 4. Pulled away. Not great contact this time around, but will still have enough fuel to get to 2 runs. Waiting for the umpire's signal. Well, it's gone for 4. Bit of a fumble in the end by them. Fielder at deep backward square. The field hasn't changed. The fielders are swapped position. Perhaps someone who's better suited for running sideways. And he's not deep backward square anymore. He's in the deep just in front of square. Guides it to third man inside the circle, but will not get that single as it was quick enough to get to him. DR 21 of 9. It's been an incredible inning so far. Sharat Lumba as well gets a move on 10 of 11. Joydeep picks up a wicket in the first over. That too of Unmukh Chand. Moves across, puts it away. Work to do for third man inside the circle. Long way to go. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. I think it's reached the fence. Yes, it has. That's the right ingredient. Moves on to 25 of 10. DR. Gets into a great position to play that shot. No chance for third man inside the circle. And he's very square as well. He's not fine. He's very square, almost as a gully, but not at the edge of the 30-yard circle. Slightly beyond that. Beautiful adjustment. We'll get that single. That single will bring Sharad back on strike. It's been a positive start for Punjab Blues this time around. They have tinkered with their batting lineup and it seems to have worked. Big swing and a miss. Straight to the fielder at shot mid-wicket. Was hit really well, but straight to him. End of 4, 31 for 1. No, last ball was a dot ball. Yeah, no.
Now it has changed, yeah.
5 overs gone, 40 for 1. That is the right score. Pulls out of the delivery. And that's because the batter refused to play on that one. Dead ball signalled. No damage done. Right over the umpire's head. He slapped it back. He's called for 2. 1 for the shot, 1 for the throw. Yeah, you number. Pulls out of the delivery. Sai. So far, he started the first over with just 2 runs given away and then went for a lot of runs in the second. That is squeezed in the gap. 4 for the taking. DR is getting into the groove. This is some hitting. Clean as a whistle. Moves on to 33 or just 14 balls. This is the impetus that Punjab Blues were missing in the first game. And DR is providing that with great aplomb. And not for the best part of the bat, but the result would be fine. Single. First power play done and dusted with 49 for 1 after 6. Sameep has bowled decently well. Singles of every single ball. And that shall be the case of the 5th delivery as well. Bowling according to a plan. And executing that plan to perfection. Sameep. Final delivery coming up. 1 delivery left to finish the 7th. 5 of this one. And 5 and a wicket. Excellent delivery, spinning away from the right-hander. Knocks his off-stump back. Look like it's the leg. But furniture disturbed. Here's the death rattle. Doesn't even look back there. Shutter departs for just 12. Hasn't been a good outing for him. Hasn't been a good day. The first one down for Punjab Blues in the form of bowled. It's the second one down in terms of the openers walking back. Big moment. Just when he had to step on that pedal, accelerate, kick into the next gear, doesn't happen. Misreads a lovely delivery from Sameep. 54 for 2.
वो भी पहले फिर टी20 करा ले भला टी10 बाद में
Puts it away nicely behind square. It's one of his favourite strokes and he's been making a lot of runs in this particular innings. Just loves that area. Moves on to 41 on just 19 balls DR. Team score 58 for 2. Bulk of the scoring done by this man. And continues to be the case. Not letting any bowler settle down. What a way to invite Sai once again. Nicely played away. That's from the sweetest spot of the bat. The fielder in the deep would be a mere spectator. Over deep mid-wicket for a maximum. Sachal's walked out with the same bat but a different mindset. And it seems to work in the second game. What a way to open the account. Excellent strike. 11 runs of the over with 2 more balls to go. Excellent work by the fielder inside the 30-yard circle. It's short cover. It's a catching position just in case the batter miscues. 65 for 2. Now Unmukh Chand was the first to depart and Sharath Lamba the second. Both the openers back in the hut, adding 15 between them. DR is holding this innings together with 42 of just 20 balls. Sachin Magaon comes in, smashes a 6. 6 or 4 for him. A lot of batting to come with Ignore Rajesh. Gentle guide, he did get that edge. In fact, it was on the face of the bat, but straight to the keeper. Puts it down. Was trying to move away at the same time, offer the shot. Swept straight to backward square leg inside the circle. Usually you see a square leg in place and not a backward square leg. Chance at the non-striker's end, but the throws at the wrong end. 2 runs taken. Catcher is the call. Again takes it on the bounce using the deep. That could have been converted. Didn't take a real chance there. Had he taken even a step forward, would have had the momentum to get to the ball. It's very interesting, the choice by the fielders in the deep in this particular innings. It's the second time the Punjab Blues, they've committed a mistake, but that mistake hasn't been converted into a wicket. Need a little more proactiveness. Tried his best there. The fielder had shot mid-wicket. Oh, sweet! From the middle of the bat once again. 6 all the way. What a way to bring up his half century. 51 of just 25 balls. DR take a bow. This man is not just about power hitting, but he's also timing it really well. Taking his team to 75 for 2. Good start for Punjab Blues. Quite in contrast with what happened in the first game. They've learned quickly. They had to pull their socks up. And now they're clicking as a side. At least that's happened so far. $75 for 2. straight to mid-wicket. Oh, free swing of the bat. Once again targeting that huge area between deep square and mid-wicket. Collecting half a dozen. Sachal borrowing a leaf out of DR's book. That was some hit. Dev has missed his mark. And ball's being retrieved from a long, long way. Much better from Dev. Good comeback. 7 of the first 3. If he can keep it down, if he can keep it under 10, it would still be a model victory for the bowler. Because the batters have made it absolutely clear that they will be attacking Dev. Solidly defended on that occasion. Gets a single.
Ten overs gone, 84 for 2.
10 overs gone, 84 for 2. Himanshu introduced into the attack. Running the first one hard, getting the second one as well. The ball hasn't crossed the 30-yard circle. Good running between the wickets. Great communication. Sachal pushes on. DR, who's been there for 27 deliveries, hasn't believed much in singles and twos. Great to respond on that occasion. That's a poor delivery put away. Would be for powerfully struck and a comfortable height full toss. Sachal moves on to 21 of just 11. Now the Punjab Blues looks like a different side altogether. They want to forget their first game quickly, learn from their mistakes, and that's exactly what they've done. Tinkered the batting order a little bit, and boy have they come good. 90 for 2 in 10.2. Big Heave misses it completely. Himanshu wanted to see the stumps shatter. At times the inside edge can cause that to happen. You've got to have a big heart as a spin bowler to be bowling it that slow. Almost got a wicket there, Himanshu. Nikunj heard something there, the keeper. Perhaps that was to throw the umpire off. Bit of a misfield. Thoughts of the second run were entertained. Sachal moves on to 22 because of that single. DR has been the dynamite. 52 of 27. Ready to explode once again. Fine legs inside the circle. In fact, he's assuming a position of backward square inside the circle. DR goes inside out. DR will get a boundary. They needed a better effort than that. The ball skids on. This is brilliantly played. And you've got to admire the perfection with which he's pierced the gap as well. For a man who's scoring bulk of the runs on the leg side by swiveling, going inside out and getting a boundary like that is really heartwarming. Runs on both sides of the ground now. 56 of 28. DR's playing an innings to be remembered for a while. 56 of 28 when the team needs to win the game. To stay alive in the tournament. Tells you the importance of this innings. Punjab Blues move on to 95 for 2. Now with Fayaz Butt, Sarabjit Lada, they will have more cushion. And you would see those bowlers flower even more when they have the cushion. That is exactly why the batting had to come good in the first game as well. It didn't. They've learned from their mistakes. Wasn't far away from the off stick. This was the quickest delivery of the over from Dev. In fact, in all of the 7 balls he's bowled so far. Full toss, but at a quick pace and low height, difficult to hit away, will be a single. Cheeky, and finally inside the circle. He's connected it really well. He's waiting to see if the ball travels to the fence. It does. Such good connection that despite such thick grass, the outfield's not his best friend at the moment. Ball goes for 4. DR reaches 60 of just 29. 100 comes up for Punjab Blues. They're no longer trudging to this 3-figure mark. They've reached there in great style. 100 for 2. Went fishing at it. White ball signaled. "15 runs for Dev in 9 balls that he's bowled so far. That's how many he's given away. Inside edge, just over the keeper. Nikunj jumped, but couldn't curtail or tame the ball. The second run's on as well. Direct hit could have been a different story. Excellent stuff by DR. The presence of mind to come back for the second run, and boy did Sachal respond. Solidly defended. Back to the bowler. No damage done on that occasion. Runs required in the over have already come by. Last ball from Dev. Opens the face of the bat, wants two. He's called for two right away. Cannot get it. Will have to settle with a single. It's a quick scurry towards his left. The field red point. A single to end the over. A successful over for Punjab Blues. They get momentum. Reach the three figures mark as well. 104 for 2. To bowl the 13th over, it's going to be Sameep. And Sameep will finish off his quota of 4 in the 13th over itself. This should be taken. Man in the deep is waiting for a catch of this kind. Pouched. That's the end of one of the most flamboyant innings we've seen in the entire Bhullar Cup 2022. 63 of just 33 balls. DR has come good for his side. Vindified his promotion up the order. And he's put his team in a great position indeed. 104 for 3.
I don't know his name. Is it the substitute? I don't see that name. Manu Mehta is there. You can tell that.
Huh?
Out back.
63 of 33 DR. Good catch by Manu. Ravinder comes to the middle to ensure that a big crescendo finish is provided for Punjab Blues. Both these sides, remember, they're itchy for a win. As close as it can get. Just a hint of turn to tease the outside edge of the bat. Ravinder gets a beauty first up. Beautifully flighted, and that shall do the trick. Gets back just in time. Sachal, he's a tall man. Sameep's over starts off with a wicket, and then just 2 runs of it so far. Another dot ball. What will happen of the of the extra delivery. Remember, he bowled a wide. Beautifully timed. Would it be placed to perfection as well? A bit of football skills, but looks like it's travelled for 4. Two fielders converge, kick it to each other. But one kicks it beyond the area of play. Boundary collected. 110 for 3. Just the way Punjab Blues wanted to finish the over, which was so tidy from Sameep. Finishes off with 26 for 2. Those are good figures under circumstances for Sameep. 110 for 3. Straight back to the bowler, the first delivery. Dave has gone for runs. Stylishly played away, man, a deep backward square, cannot get there, but still put a foot to it, so would slow it down. We're waiting for the umpire's signal, but it looks like it's overstepped as well. Looks like the bowler has overstepped, no ball. This will be followed by a free hit. No ball from a spinner. Cardinal sin. Desperate need of a wicket again. MCT All-Stars. Smashes it straight down the ground. Wide long on, wide long off. Again, good running between the wickets. Complete 2 runs. Nikunj is unable to collect the ball cleanly, the keeper. But no damage done. Two deliveries left in the over. Sachal playing a handy knock, 29 of 20. Now that he's in, can shift gears. Ravinder still new to the crease, 4 or 6. Gets it from the toe end of the bat. Call for 2. Ravinder's got to come to the direct end. It will be a difficult proposition. He's got to come to the danger end, is what we were going to talk about. Ravinder manages. Had that been directed, it would have been a very close call. Oh, that is crisply struck over extra cover, 4 for the taking. That's the shot of the day from Sachal. Dave completes his 3rd over, very expensive, 122 for 3.
One.
122 for 3. MCT All-Stars weren't on the right side of the result in the first game. Would want to change that in this one.
Both lose.
Prashant Reddy. Right arm seam up. Good running between the wickets there. A nice and early call for the youngsters watching. This is exactly the kind of communication you want. You call yes or no. Trust your partner. Start running. Even though it was hit straight to the fielder inside the 30-yard circle, they were still able to get that single. Ample time to get there before the throw arrives. 1, 2, 3 for 3.
Shot. Oh,
Just a punch. This should be taken. This should be catch practice. Taken. Good innings. A gritty innings of 35 has come to an end. Sachal. Much better. Just growing from strength to strength as he plays more games in Bhullar Cup 2022. A handy 35. There would be a full stop put to that innings thanks to that easy catch. Well pouched. 1, 2, 3 for 4.
बैठे चलो आपके साथ कमेंट्री करें वो आप सवाल पूछते हो बैठे
Punjab Blues 1, 2, 3 for 4. Sahib Malhotra has come to the middle. Sahib Malhotra, plethora of experience in Canada, Australia, India. Now playing leagues across the US. Sahib. Quick to recognize the opportunity there. Saved a run, looks like saved a run due to sheer decibel levels. Poor delivery, signalled wide. And he's also got a run because Nikunj was not able to pouch it. In fact, there's something on it. There's something on it, says the umpire. Leg by. Perhaps the pad or the thigh pad. But no bat involved. Sahib Malhotra got off the mark in the previous ball. Powerfully struck over cover. Work to do for the sweeper. Gets around it. You got to strike it very, very powerfully for having any chance of sending the ball for 4. That's the outfield for you. Sahib Malhotra 3 of 2. Punjab Blues 127 for 4. Very wide long on, deep mid wicket and a deep backward square. And of course a long off who will cut this one off in the shape of Joydeep. Long off there and a sweeper in place. Those are the fielders guarding the boundary rope. 5 of them guarding the boundary rope. There's a mid wicket in place, a man at backward point and a man at covers. Prashant Reddy went for 5 runs in his first over. Decent. And picked up an important wicket. Himanshu went for 11 in his first. Now he's going to bowl his second. Struck hard, straight to covers misfield, but will not yield another run. There was always a single for it, and single it shall be. Himanshu has got to complete the over quickly as well to put some pressure on Punjab Blues, who at the moment are on top with 129 for 4, setting up for a big finish. Struck hard, and it shall be the case more often than not. Taken a puff of dust, and that's exactly why the ball slowed down as well, even before it reached the grass. Had it hit the concrete, it would have sped up. It sped away. One-handed, and would be another single. The slower delivery coming to great use for Himanshu. It's one thing to have it up your sleeve, it's quite another to use it at the right time. Himanshu having the shrewdness to use it to perfection. Powerfully struck. Straight down the ground. The sound of the bat and ball meeting each other. It's music. It's a concert here in Ohio. For any cricket connoisseur, it's a concert. Very good delivery. He knows that the batter will come after him. He needs some room to manufacture the shot on the leg side. Leaves him with nothing. No room whatsoever. You could see even Sahib was congratulating the bowler for that last minute adjustment. This should be taken. Man in the deep would be a spectator indeed. Just beyond the flags. Powerful and elegant. It's very difficult to play that shot, but he's made it look so simple. Ravinder. Terrific hitting. What a way to end the over. 16 overs gone, 139 for 4. Pulled him. Stump goes cartwheeling. Prashant doesn't celebrate. About turn and walks. So will the batter. Subdued celebrations, perhaps to show it to the opponents that doesn't mean a big deal. Half the side back in the hut, but they've got the runs to show for it as well. Punjab Blues. Ravinder, after hitting one of the most exquisitely timed shots of the day, has to depart as he misses one completely. 13 against his name, 140 for 5.
MCT All Stars.
Six bowlers used so far by MCT All Stars. Sameep Shah and Prashant Reddy Thota picking up 2 wickets each, and Joydeep Chakrabarti picked up a wicket early on to send Unmukh Chand packing. Wickets. The early wicket came by just 5 runs on the board, and then a good partnership. Runs coming steadily. Sahib Malhotra still out there. Punjab Blues aiming for a crescendo finish. MCT All Stars believe it's a matter of a couple of wickets at this stage to steal momentum. Dev Babbar, he's got one more over up his sleeve. Joydeep Chakrabarti has 2 more. The pacer would come in very handy towards the end. Prashant Reddy Thota, it's the second over that he is in operation. Punjab Blues 140 for 5. It's a 19 over game, remember that. It's a 19 over game. Elmo Hutchinson comes out to bat. He's known as the gentle giant, but the gentle giant will still need a helmet. Aditya will provide the package, and perhaps also a word of advice that it's a 19 over game, just in case Elmo Hutchinson forgot. He'll be reiterating that. Elmo Hutchinson, powerful striker of the cricket ball. I remember in Oman when Elmo Hutchinson and Nostos Kenjige got together and saved their team from what looked like a dire total of just 70 for 5. They got together and put up a lovely 50-run partnership. And that is when I saw for the first time at the international level Elmo Hutchinson coming good. So international quality up against Prashant Reddy Thota. Poor delivery. Nikunj tried his best to keep. For a moment, Sahib Malhotra thought, let's steal a single. Elmo Hutchinson is quick. Prashant Reddy Thota picked up a wicket, given away singles on either side of it. This should be gone. This should be gone, and it is a pouch indeed. Sahib Malhotra departs in single figures, and it's a huge blow for Punjab Blues. That is the difference between 170 runs finish and 160. It's the aggression at the right time. Sahib Malhotra departs for 8 against his name for runner ball 8. 142 for 6. In the 19 over game, he had to go for it. It was his shot as well. No elevation whatsoever. Man waiting in the deep to pouch the catch does it with ease in the end. Sahib goes for a runner ball 8. And this 19 over contest will now see Ashley Nurse walking in. Beautiful cricket ground this in Dublin. Ohio. Clear blue skies, and suddenly the clouds will arrive and refuse to move, but they aren't bellowing. They're white in color, allowing this game to continue like dotted puffs of cotton, beautifully dotting the sky. And lush green underneath. It's the ground itself. The colors of the game is so treat to watch. Such a treat to watch indeed. So wonderful to watch. Time to time you'll have a train passing by as the partnership is woven. Flights passing over, adding to the beauty and the vibe of the day. As a water tank stands tall on the lakeside and a quaint hut nearby. That's the vibe of this place. That is beauty of Dublin for you, and what better way to soak in that beauty than play cricket on it. 143 for 6 with 2 more overs to go.
Would be tight. Don't know about the calling of the players, but there's one man in the deep who...
The sheer decibel levels is able to stop singles and twos. I think it's a great asset to have. Elmo Hutchinson brings his big sledgehammer down. But again, not from the middle of the bat. The sound gives it away. So far, so good for Himanshu. Just 2 runs of the first 3 balls. Can he close it out well here? If he does so, momentum would be with MCT All-Stars. In the air, just for a brief moment. It's also in the gap. Will be a single. So far, so good for Himanshu. Hasn't given away the boundary ball. Oh, that's from the middle of the bat, but will be taken, no elevation whatsoever. Joydeep will complete the catch. Only height and no distance. Ashley Nurse departs in search of the glory shot. He had all the rights in the world to go for the big shot. It's a 19-over contest. 6 more deliveries to go. 147 for 7, Punjab Blues. Harpreet Singh will walk in. Again, they've completely rejigged that batting order. Harpreet Singh finds himself usually within the first 6 overs out there. In case he's opening, then of course, it's a different story. Today comes in at number 9. Ashley Nurse departs for 3. 147 for 7. Prashant to bowl the final over. Starts with a single, Elmo Hutchinson. Harpreet Singh for the first time in the game. No time to get going. He's got to swing for the fences. 148, the psychological total of 150 is well within reach. 160 is what they'll be aiming at the moment. Punjab Blues. Good Yorker. Nicely dug out as he was deep inside the crease, Harpreet. Big swing and a miss. This is perfect death bowling from Prashant Reddy. Being one step ahead of the batter at all times. Quite content in giving away the single to Elmo Hutchinson. As he knows, Elmo was the one who's played more balls out of the two. Oh, that is very well placed. Powerfully struck for 4. And this is exactly why he was little worried when Elmo Hutchinson came back on strike. It was a poor delivery on the leg side, and Elmo Hutchinson's too good to miss out on a gift of that kind. 150 comes up. 153 for 7. 2 balls to go. To all the viewers, a reminder, it's a 19-over contest, so 2 balls left in the innings. 153 for 7 Punjab Blues. It's been a complete turnaround in their batting. Oh, gone! The off stump walks. The off stump walks, and so will the batter. Prashant picks up his 4th. He has a chance of picking up a 5-er. 1 delivery left. And for those 4 wickets, it took him only 2.5 overs. Again, reiterating, it's a 19-over contest, so one of the bowlers had to bowl only 3. Not the exact 4 overs, the quota of 4 overs. Prashant has put his hand up and picked up 4 important wickets. Last ball. Punjab Blues batting lineup, we'll get to it in just a moment after the delivery. The standout performance would be DR 63. An MCT All-Stars confirmation coming through that everyone can bowl 4 barring 1 as it's a 19-over game. So all the key bowlers, they bowl their full quota of 4. Prashant Reddy, who's been the pick of the bowlers, he bowled 3. Wanted to be cheeky, Fayaz, but it's one of his favourite shots, to be honest. Doesn't connect it this time around. That shall be the end of the innings. 153 for Punjab Blues. He'll finish with the dot ball and 4 important wickets. Prashant Reddy Thota. Punjab Blues got to 153 with the help of Unmukt Chand's 3, Sharat Lamba's 12. Not much to talk about, but talk about this man, DR. 63 of just 33 balls. Set the ground ablaze, hitting runs on all parts of the ground. Sensational stroke play. Well balanced by Sachal Magaon, who stayed there in the middle for 23 balls for his 35 and kept the pressure on. Ravinder Singh's 13 included a fabulous 6 inside out over extra cover. Very difficult to hit. Sahib Malhotra departed early today. Elmo Hutchinson did the same. Ashley Nurse went for the glory shot. He had to. The situation was such. Harpreet Singh was able to pick up a single as Fayaz Butt's only delivery that he faced did not connect. 153 in the end with MCT using 6 bowlers and Prashant Reddy Thota standing tall above every other bowler. Economy rate of 5, the lowest, and picking up 4 important wickets in just 3 overs of his. Punjab Blues winning the toss, choosing to bat first, getting to 153, and that means MCT All-Stars are looking for the number 154. The mission will begin in about 10 minutes time and we'll be there to bring you every ball of that run chase. Stay with us.
Seriously, thank you for that. Then only you would have been
చూడండి
highly caffeinated umpire will have.
కనిపిస్తుందా మీకేమైనా
बिरयानी बिरयानी के बाद
కొంచెం జూమ్ ఇన్ చేయనా ఓకే
hard work, yeah, but good day, good first innings. अब वो हरकत नहीं
ఓకేనా
करती है फिर
పైకి పంపిస్తున్నాను
वो तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा है.
Catch. So you had that in hand. Let's go. First ball from DR. Mission 154 for MCT All Stars. You're watching the Bhullar Cup 2022. The Punjab Blues winning the toss, choosing to bat first, and they got to 153. It's a 19-over contest. We lost an over due to time. And the chase is underway. Himanshu picks up a single of the second delivery and puts Sameep, his partner, on strike for the first time in the game. Beautifully timed the ball there. Gets a single. Timing and placement, second nature for Himanshu. And Sameep was the one who was able to play it so fine. Beautifully done. Square rather. Was able to play it square deliberately because the fielder at point moved a couple of yards towards his left to become backward point. Wonderfully done to be placing it towards his right and getting a single. Well stopped. Stops a certain single if not more. Sarabjit Lada gives us 100% at all times. Slip in place for DR. Great delivery indeed. The ball rising a little bit more than expected. Pulling it into the concrete. DR. It's been a tidy over so far. One ball to go. Just fine. Just outside the reach of the fielder, it slips. Single to end the over. 4 runs came with the first. 4 without a wicket. Starts with a wide delivery. Fayaz, but interesting choice there. Wanted to trouble the batter right away, wake him up with a bouncer, but unfortunately that goes wide. Umpire deeming that there was no chance for the batter to have put any bat to it as the ball rose too much. Poor delivery this time, a wide of different nature, but a wide nonetheless. He's run in twice and in the scorecards yet to open the account in terms of the ball in hand. Imagine starting to bowl your 4 overs with a deficit of 2. This should be no ball. It is. Not 2 but 3 and a free hit. Fayaz but is realizing it's going to be a long over for him. He's run in 3 times and is gifted the opposition 3 runs without a ball yet to be counted. Yeah, with the ball yet to be counted. Now, well, it's a no ball again. This time I think it's going to be the front foot. He is exploring all forms of giving an extra away. Wide for the bouncer, wide for straying down the leg side. No ball because he bounced the opposition yet again. bounced at the bowler in a manner that was deemed a bouncer, the second for the over, and now his front foot misbehaves. And a no ball it is. This has been an over of extras in itself. And he will be warned. He will be warned right now if he's got to continue bowling. Wide, no ball, no ball, no ball. It's been a hat-trick of no balls. He's yet to run in and bowl a delivery which will be counted. It's going to be a very, very long over for Fayaz, but he's bowling a spell in itself.
Okay, Mike, take a seat.
That one's made connection. Man in the deep would be a spectator. It's travelled the distance as well. 11 runs of the first delivery which shall be counted. And even if there could have been a catch, wouldn't have been counted as many forms of getting a batter out are suspended in a free hit. MCT All-Stars now would believe with the free runs that have come by from Fayaz, they are on course to 154. Those are the first runs from the bat in the over. Where is that Yorker? We've seen Fayaz bowl that many a time. Instead, he's gone for a length ball and it's travelled again. Provides the pace, does Fayaz. And Sameep provides the placement. Doesn't try to hit it hard at all, and that's the secret sauce for that fantastic six. This is turning out to be a nightmare for Fayaz and the Punjab Blues. 17 runs have come off the over. Still more than half an over left. Terrific striking. Had the width to go up for it as well. Very interesting choice of line from Fayaz. He doesn't have the field to restrict the batter on that occasion. And he's providing pace as well. Remember, it's the first 6 overs. Only 2 men are allowed to patrol the boundary rope. He's chosen a very deep and slightly backward square leg. And still in search of who the second fielder would be patrolling the deep. Would it be a wideish long on? That shouldn't be the case. He is sticking with the third man fielder who's now moved to deep point. Deep point and deep square leg. Deep point is masquerading as a fielder, as a very squarish third man, and deep backward square is turning out to be much better. Direct hit was required, would have been a goner, would have been curtains for Himanshu. Then deep backward square sometimes becomes deep square. That's the only change. Fayaz but was bowling with a wrong field. Three deliveries left. And he's challenged the fielder once again. And the direct hit continues to evade Punjab Blues. Himanshu is running into the storm. He's done that twice in 2 balls. One for his own run, one for his teammates. 23 without a wicket in just 10 balls. MCT All-Stars. White ball signaled. The batter was moving across. It was slightly shorter, but the batter was moving across. It felt like the ball went right over the stumps. The umpire's got the best view, of course, with a slightly skewed view sitting here. and the camera angle provided. Or clearing his front foot. He has his own method of scoring runs. 2 more added to the tally. One ball left.
His over is not finished yet.
He's run in 11 times in this over and yet to finish his first over. Make it 11. Yes, the slower delivery. Perfect finish. He's not happy. Why would he be? It's out of frustration. 2 overs gone. 26 without a wicket. Fayaz, but very expensive. 22. DR. Oh, that's travelling. That's one way to continue the assault. Himanshu, positive as ever. Doesn't want to leave any stone unturned in utilising the first 6 overs here, Himanshu. Joining the party. Terrific shot. Ensuring that they score runs in all denominations here. Not trying to do something different, just treating the ball according to its merit. Targeting the first half of the over to get the momentum in their favour. MCT All-Stars are doing it nicely at the moment. 154 is the number they're after. And so far so good. He tries to bounce. It bounces too much. Another wide delivery.
आपके पास है ना बॉल उनके पास भाई क्या हाल है It's a good ball. यहाँ पानी का वो है जहाज से. This one has a spider in it.
Very good delivery. This is good cricket all around. Just targeting the poor deliveries in the first half of the over for momentum purposes. Then playing according to the merit of the ball. Risk factor minimum. Efficacy maximum. They got a very expensive over. Punjab Blues, they've got to bounce back with a better one. Given away 32 runs in just 11 balls. The last 11 balls. Last ball of the over for DR. Very wide, long on in the face of, in the shape of Fayaz Butt, and there is a man at deep backward square. Touched with elegance. Picks up a single. Himanshu and Sameep. It's a good start for them. 3 overs gone, 37 without a wicket.
Here. ये लगा दो पानी. हाँ जी.
Just the 1 over for Fayaz as he proves expensive. Ignore comes in. .40 without a wicket in the 2 games that Punjab Blues have played today. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a very good shot. That's got at least 2 runs on it. Second run for the throw. So the two games that Punjab Blue have played today, it's the lack of wickets early on which have troubled them. That should be close. He's missed it completely. And he was already started to walk before the finger went up. We were talking about the lack of wickets. Here it comes. Ignore answers the call of duty. Gets an over, picks up a wicket at the 5th ball. It's all about pressure this game. Wants to do something cheeky. Misses it completely, does Himanshu. Himanshu departs 42 for 1. Lada starts off well. The captain's given him a slip. Was in the air for a brief moment, did the right thing by choosing not to go for that catch, because the ball with a lot of torque would have bounced beyond him. Instead, decided to take it on the chest there, the fielder at square leg, and stop the ball from going further. Wouldn't have been a catch. It was very difficult indeed. That's exactly why Sarabjit Ladda is also not very animated. What a delivery. Had to play it so late. Good change in pace by Sarabjit. Very shrewd cricketer, Sarabjit Ladda. Changing pace so wonderfully, and we were talking about the fact that he needs a cushion. Again, he doesn't have that cushion. It's 4 overs, 43, 5 overs almost. Still bowling well. Ladda, excellent end to the over. Another dot ball, just 1 run given away. Sarabjit Singh Ladda, very miserly. 5 overs gone, 43 for 1. The All-Stars lost Himanshu Kaushik, trying to play a reverse sweep. Was so fluent while he lasted out there, 14 or 12, but missed a straight ball from Ignore. And Punjab Blues, they managed 153 in their allotted 19 overs. Remember, it's a 19-over game, and MCT All-Stars have come back to bat with the bat in hand with 43 for 1 in 5 overs. The last over before the power play restrictions are lifted, Ignore's decided to bowl another one in the power play. Leg by signalled by umpire Chirag. The umpiring has been great today. Even the faintest of edges have been picked up wonderfully. Oh, this should be taken. This should be catch practice indeed. Circling under it is Skins. Ashley Nurse completes the catch, and Ignore vindifies the decision to bowl the second over in the power play. Another one bites the dust. It's the pressure of the previous over by Ladda, giving just 1 run away. They had to attack Ignore, and in the bargain loses his shape. Ball goes right up in the air. The leading edge causes his demise. 44 for 2. Manu departs without scoring. 40 for 2. "44 for 2, rather. Ignore unbelievable figures of 8 balls, 5 runs, 2 wickets. Excellent stuff from Ignore. Grabbing the horns of the bull and taming it down. They were off to a good start, MCT All-Stars. Fayaz Butt's over went for 22. Someone had to step up and pick up those quick wickets. Ignore was the man. It's very surprising to see someone like Fayaz go for 22 runs. He's someone who usually curbs his aggression, international quality. He's played for Pakistan under 19 and then Oman. He still does. It was a treat to watch him bowl in the T20 format in Oman D20. Cut away towards the right of Ladda. Leaping Ladda cannot get to it. Second line of defense will. 2 more added to the tally. Very well bowled. Ignore. Just 2 runs off the bat in this over. 1 ball to go. 3 runs overall with that leg bye included. And 3 runs it shall be. That's a good over indeed. Bowling according to the field, absorbing the pressure, picking up a wicket as well. Ignore, take a bow. 7 runs in 2 overs and 2 vital wickets. And those are the 2 that Punjab Blue have right now to show. 46 for 2.
This guy right here is the voice behind that all that action. Right here. 153 for 8 Punjab Blues. And in reply, MCT All Stars started off well. A couple of hiccups for them, but 46 for 2 now in the rebuilding phase. The 6 overs are done and dusted with. That means the pathway restrictions are lifted, more cushion for the bowlers in the deep. Lada will bowl more freely. Expect more flight. But that's a wrong and missed it completely.
He's missed the wrong and completely. 46 for 2 at the moment. Sarabjit Ladda all set to bowl a little freely with more protection in the deep now that the first 6 overs are done and dusted with. The power play restrictions of the first one are lifted. Well, he tried something new and it's worked. It's worked. Doesn't go for 4, of course, but Ladda was late to respond on that occasion. The batter doesn't jump towards the right, he scurries towards the right. Slight change in field. Now a deep backward square has been posted for that kind of a shot. Excellent delivery. Very measured in his line and length, Ladda. The thing about Sarabjit Ladda is he measures the reach of the batter very quickly and knows that even if the batter dances down the track, where exactly to land the ball so that he doesn't reach the pitch of the ball. Pulls the length back by watching the batter till the last moment. That wasn't the case a couple of deliveries ago because the batter was able to scurry all the way towards the slip field almost. He's taken a leg stump guard, now he's standing outside leg. As the furniture is set, Ladda gets some more time to think of what exactly the batter will try to do. Or the batter will do. Inside out is not an option. Because Ladda will have that good wrongan which can curb the instinct of the batter to go inside out. Gently placed, beautifully placed. Picks up a single there. Sameep. Just get a feeling that in this run chase, Sameep will play a vital role because he needs to bat around. He needs to hang around and the other batters need to bat around him. Can Sameep be the anchor? With Nitish having just walked in. 3 runs from Ladda's over. 2 balls to go. Make it for a one-handed attempt to go for the big shot. Doesn't clear. Comes up with the previous single. 7 overs gone. 50 for 2. Another tidy over from Sarabjit Ladda. 153 for 8 Punjab Blue after winning the toss and choosing to bat first. MCT All-Stars in reply, 50 runs have been knocked off in 7 overs at the loss of 2 wickets. Kaushik and Manu are the 2 men back in the pavilion for MCT All-Stars. Sahib Malhotra for the first time with a ball in hand in this game. Be prepared to see some wonderful spin. The second leg spinner on the side smashed it straight to the bowler. Aggression galore. Sahib Malhotra, someone whom I watched a lot back in India as a pacer growing up. Now a leg spinner. And quite a tidy one. Fielder in the deep will ensure it's only a single. Sahib Malhotra, he's bowled well so far. Just 2 runs of the 4 balls. No warm-up deliveries whatsoever, was right on the money. And as we discuss so very often, that the bowlers become the best fielders of their own bowling. A word of advice to the fielder at long on, perhaps the ball's coming towards you, be prepared for a catch. And he was right, but it's hit so well and straight that it will reach the fence almost as what an attempt. What an excellent attempt. We'll wait for the umpire's signal, but 100% commitment from Ravinder. He's a man of international quality. We've seen him turn up for Canada in colours of red. He understands the importance of every single run, and commitment 100% guaranteed every time he's on the field. Oh, very well judged. Excellent placement. Is called for 2. 2 shall be for the shot and the throw. The throw doesn't arrive. When it does, the batter has already arrived to the crease again. Sahib Malhotra creating an opportunity. 6 runs of his over, tidy enough. 8 gone, 56 for 2. Couple of overs for Lada, saving him for the death perhaps. Ignores bowling his 3rd. He's been the most successful bowler, of course. He's been the only successful bowler in terms of picking up wickets. Almost chopped it onto the stumps. Walking across for the 2nd time. Oh, what a good delivery under pressure. He knows that the batter will come after him. The first 3 deliveries yielded just 1 run. This is wonderful execution from Ignore. He can bowl in the power play. He can bowl more freely now. Three men patrolling the boundary rope on the leg side. We'll take it on the bounce. Lada. Lada for a moment thought of diving forward. Diving forward would have been risky on that occasion. It was hit very hard. Almost chopped it on. Another dot ball. What a way to finish the over. Just one run off it. 3 overs, 8 runs and 2 wickets. Ignore is marching to his own drum beats. 9 overs gone, 57 for 2. What a star. Very good catch by Fayaz, but to end Sameep's stay, a runner ball 26 for him. Sarjit Ladda was held on for one more over. Ignore was given the previous, and Ladda comes in and picks up a wicket right away. With Ladda, you get flight, you get guile, and a lot of shrewdness. Picks up the main man. Sameep departs. 3rd wicket down. That could be close. Didn't read the wrong one. Thought it would spin away. Instead, it came back in with a lot of venom. Lada, it's difficult to decipher Lada also because of the way he releases the ball. constantly talking to himself. Reminds me so much of the fast bowler Sreesanth. He talks to himself. Just chips it in the air. Calls for 2. The second run could be on, but would be very tight as Lada himself gets to the ball. Will settle with a single.
Take the Sameep's stats out.
Very well done by Lada again. The ball's turning and he's enjoying himself in the moment. Just 1 run of the first 4 balls, 2 more to go. Sarabjit Lada. Slight change in field. Long on becomes a little finer, it's a little straighter, I should say. That's through the gap, will be a single. There is a sweeper in place. Ashley Nurse. The keeper right now is Harpreet. What a way to end the over. This was in fact the most venomous delivery. 10 overs gone, 59 for 3. Just 2 runs and a wicket. Sarabjit Lada in his 3 overs has given away just 7 runs. He has 1 wicket to show for it. But what the scorecards will not read is the pressure that he's applied from this end is what is granting the wickets to ignore as well from the other. As the batters decide to break free in the other overs as Lada is difficult to hit away. Sahib Malhotra, can he continue the pressure? Can he pick up a wicket here? Sahib Malhotra, another accomplished leg spinner. Eleven runs of the over. Make it 12 with a single. Sahib Malhotra proving to be expensive. What a fantastic shot. It was straight down the ground for 6 first up and then followed by a boundary within a space of 2 balls. 3 rather. Expensive over from Sahib. Opportunity created, but not entirely an opportunity as another runs granted. Sarabjit Ladda was at a backward point position as he runs towards his left and delivers a throw. 11 overs gone, 72 for 3. This had to be a big over. MCT All-Stars knew it because Ladda did not give as many. The equation simple, 8 overs left, 82 runs to get. Required rate of 10.2. Sai with a runner ball 6 and Nitish 17 of 19. He holds the key there, Nitish, for a good finish to reach home. MCT All-Stars know the importance of his wicket, and so do Punjab Blue. And gone. That's Ladda for you. Big moment in the game. 7 runs and a wicket in his 3 overs. Starts this 4th with an incredible catch. Decides to go after it himself. Shouted, stay clear, stay away. And completes the catch to send the big fish back. 17 for Nitish. Ladda picks up his second.
Sarabjit Ladda away. MCT All-Stars lose their 4th wicket for 72. In the shape of Nitish, who was batting well. And it's a 19-over game. Remember that. 9 over required. 10 runs and over required. Loves to bowl in these situations. He's picked up a wicket. He's looking confident. At the same time, realizing the opposition's got to face, got to score runs at 10.47 to be pronounced winners. It's a long boundary. Big ground. Situation stacked up for Ladda. Sarabjit Ladda. Very surprised he doesn't have slip in pitch because he's gripping the ball so nicely. Gripping it, turning square, and I think the slip has arrived. Yes, there arrives the slip. That's the right choice. Man, a deep extra cover as well. That's another change. And Ladda will continue to trouble the righty. Ahmed gets off the mark. Runs from the blade of his bat, not from the face of his bat. What's more important for Punjab Blue is the fact that they've got 2 new men at the crease. And it's very difficult to get 10.4 and over from the word go. They've got to target a bowler at some stage, and that stage has to be quicker than expected. Perhaps the next over with Ladda on top of his mark. Beautifully placed. That's running away quickly. Work to do for Skins. 2 runs taken as the throw arrives. Good cricket all around. That's the kind of cricket you promised at Bhullar Cup 2022, and that's the kind of cricket you get.
Terrific run. This could be another wicket for Ladda. There it is, the 3rd. Sarabjit Ladda churning out figures unbelievably good. 10 for 3. So effective with the ball turning square. We were surprised that the slip wasn't in place. It arrived The man at extra cover, he was placed so well, he came to good use, and now inside the circle at backward square, pouches a catch as simple as it gets. That's the end of Sai. Walks back for a runner ball 8. MCT All-Stars are losing their way. Here they need a good partnership and they need to target at least one bowler, and Lada cannot be that man because he is in prime form. 75 for 5, the All-Stars.
That's in the air, will take it on the bounce. The right thing to do. This is slippery pace and Lada is roaring. 1 ball to go. He's turned out figures of 11 for 3.
An absolute treat to watch Lada. 11 for 3. Excellent figures indeed. Final delivery, and this could be another. The keeper himself after it, and Harpreet cannot get to it. There was an attempt to run full tilt. Is unable to transfer the weight and run as quickly as required, but that's alright. It was half an opportunity anyway. 77 for 5, and Lada emerges as wrecker-in-chief. 12 runs and 3 wickets in his quota of 4. He's ensured that the game right now is in the pocket of Punjab Blue. 77 for 5 at the end of 17. MCT All-Stars. 12 rather. At the end of 12. Seven overs of play left. 77 for 5 at the end of 12. The required rate has climbed up to 11 runs per over. Sahib Malhotra was expensive in his second over. Now he has a chance to make a comeback with a wide long off in place in the shape of... That should be taken just in front of Lada. It falls. Sahib Malhotra is getting excruciatingly close. He's been robbed of a wicket once again. We're talking about a very wide long off in the shape of Ravinder and a wide long on in Fayaz Butt. Two good fielders. Fayaz Butt not his day with the ball in hand today. 1 over, went for 22, taken off the attack. But the Punjab Blue have no dearth in their bowling attack and bowling options. There could be the wicket. Lada is gearing underneath it. Pouches the catch, and that's Sahib's first. No celebration. Sahib walks back to his mark. MCT All-Stars are losing their way after a good start. 78 for 6.
He's a director. A lot of you guys are parked in this gravel lot, and that's what we were
This could be another for Sahib Malhotra. What a good catch! Sensational take by Ravinder. Running forward and believing he can get there. The lush green grass acts as a perfect cushion, and that dive is just beyond what the cameras can show you, but we can promise you he ran full tilt about 25 yards as the ball was dipping and dying to complete the catch and provide Sahib Malhotra his second. It required a magical effort on the field, and that's exactly what Ravinder was able to provide. It's the experience and great reflexes coming to the fore. Ravinder take a bow. Joydeep departs without troubling the scorers, and it's looking very dire for MCT All Stars with 78 for 7 on the board. Pawan bhai. I pressed from. That's a good delivery to start with from Fayaz. Gets a break after the 22 run over, very expensive, and now has come back, and his first delivery was right on the money. What a fantastic catch it was from Ravinder. Running forward, oh, just over the stumps. Ahmed's not the tallest man either, and even though he swiveled like that, the ball was not very far away from the crown of the stumps called the bails. Now, of course, as Fayaz bowls, there is a man at wideish third man. Sweeper in place, wide long on and deep backward square. Ravinder is at mid-off. A direct hit would be in trouble. It's not a direct hit, but was close. They've got to run these singles as well. The required rate is touched 13.6. That's much better a delivery from Fayaz, but the calls for 2. The second run will also be on. The runs are coming in singles and 2s for MCT All Stars. They're in search of the boundary as well. Perhaps they're planning in a manner where they can get 2 boundaries every over, and then the singles and 2s will provide more efficacy to get to the 13 runs mark. Or are they targeting one particular bowler? Glorious delivery. It's called the channel of uncertainty for a reason, and Fayaz Butt is ensuring that he exploits it. Last ball coming up. 3 runs of the over. And could be a wicket as well. It's the bucket-like hands of Ravinder Singh. He's converted half opportunities into catches. This one gets as simple as ever. The second take for him. And he's taken one on either end of the spectrum of difficulties. 14 overs gone. 81 for 8. Fayaz Butt makes a great comeback. It's the keeper Nikunj who has to depart with just 2 against his name. It's looking very dire for MCT All-Stars. The All-Stars need to find a star who can provide that big finish and get them home. 13 runs and over required, but 2 wickets in hand. It's getting a little tricky. Sahib Malhotra starts off with a fantastic delivery indeed. He's got the license to float it up so much as well, utilizing it to great extent. Are you sure? Or this way?
We have to stand here in center and walk this way.
Okay.
This way. Towards me. Good.
It's hot, man. For you, right? We can just move the tent a little bit.
Yeah, that should be perfect. Awesome. Again, a singles and twos are coming by, but what's required are the bigger runs, the bigger denominations of the sport. Required rates touch 16.5, and Sahib Malhotra knows that. That's why he's floating the ball up, ready to purchase another wicket. The final delivery of Sahib Malhotra. Too quick to cut away. 15 overs gone, 85 for 8. Fayaz Butt with a shorter run-up. That's because of the surface we're playing this game in. Again, well stopped inside the 30-yard circle. Fayaz Butt has a great opportunity to pick up another. But the batters are not going for the big shots. Oh, well, it was close. It was definitely close. A direct hit and he would have continued that run all the way to the pavilion. Those were the first runs in the over as well. Just a single of the first 3 balls. Fayaz Butt is making up for his 22-run over early on. That is hit with some intent but not power. 2 taken. 3 runs of this over with 2 balls to go. Get another single. Required rate has touched 20. It is looking like MCT All-Stars have given up on the chase. The intent is there, but the execution's terribly off. And these are big boundaries. The difference between the two sides has been an innings of DR's kind. End of the over. A quiet single will end it. 3 overs left. 64 to get. 90 for it. 90 for 8, and Ahmed's on 10 or 14. Will he take the initiative? In fact, the situation is such that both the batters need to go for the big shots rather than take turns to do so. One of them batting around, it's not an option. Both of them will have to go for the glory shots if they get out in the bargain. That would be still acceptable to the coaches. Good delivery. No room from DR. No room. Wide and a single. Oh, what a well-executed Yorker. Had Ahmed in all sorts of trouble. DR's wondering why didn't it strike timber. The quickest of the lot as well. Good collect by Harpreet. Usually Harpreet, you see him field and bowl as well. He's an ambidextrous bowler. In the minor league for the SoCal Lashings, he picked up a wicket first as a right arm off spinner and then a left arm orthodox. Played it late, played it fine. Work to do for Skins, doesn't get there. But still the ball will not have the fuel to reach the fence. 2 more added to the tally. Perfect execution once again. DR doing a great job indeed. He doesn't have wickets to show, but he's kept the pressure on. 4 runs of the over at a time when the opposition requires 25. And even more now with that dot ball. What a fantastic finish to DR's over. Accurate and effective. 17 overs gone, 94 for 8. 60 required of the last 2 overs. Remember, it's a 19-over contest.
Play it out, guys! Pura kelo! Not out! Well played, man. Well played. Do it.
Some intent. This should be taken. Ignored. Puts it down. Reached it but couldn't hold on to it. The second run's also on. Fayaz Butt feels like that's a wicket gone waste for him. Dot ball. This game is lost for MCT All-Stars. Even if all of the balls travel for sixes, it's a trouble. This should be taken by Ignore. It is the simplest of catches for Ignore. Fayaz Butt picks up another. 92 for 9, MCT All-Stars. Ahmed departs for 14. Not good enough on that occasion. It's a lost cause for MCT All-Stars. 7 deliveries left, 57 to get, 1 wicket in hand. Also in a danger of being bundled out. It will not do any good for them to be bundled out within the allotted 19, not even 20. As the net run rate would suffer, it's important that the last man walking in, the star with the ball in hand, now has to provide his services with the bat. Ensure that he blocks out 7 deliveries. Runs required, too many. Fayaz Butt in search of his third. Misses it completely. A bit of lack of bounce as well, creeping into the surface. 97 for 9. Quiet single tucked away on the leg side. As MCT All-Stars inch towards 100, 100 might be a landmark, but not something which will give them immense joy, as they are 56 runs away in 5 deliveries. All of them have an appointment beyond the boundary rope. Still impossible to get there unless there are extras. That's exactly why DR is ensuring that he bowls it straight, simple, no experimentation. Doesn't go for the catch. Decides to stay back and take it on the bounce. Aditya. Final delivery. Coming up, 100 comes up for MCT All-Stars with that single. Big swing and a miss, and that shall seal the deal. Punjab Blue come back with a win. A desperately required win. They haven't put a foot wrong in the second game of the day for themselves. They redeemed themselves after facing a difficult team first up in Sampami. And now MCT All-Stars humbled. Courtesy this man, DR. First did so with a bat in hand. Exceptional half century. Now with the ball in hand, clinical as it gets. Fayaz amongst the wickets too. And this is how MCT All-Stars faltered, as all they could manage was 100 runs. But they do not get bowled out in the 19. Himanshu Kaushik 14 or 12. Sameep Shah, run about 26 for him. Manu Mehta didn't trouble the scorers. No big partnership in the middle. Ahmed Rashid left for his 14. And not much to talk about after that. Sarbjit Ladda picking up wickets at regular intervals and also taking good catches. But the target was 154. Punjab Blue bowled really well. Fayaz Butt picked up 2 wickets after becoming an expensive bowler in the first over, gave away 22. DR gave as many in his 4 overs. Not a wicket to show, but very tidy. Sarbjit Singh Ladda, again the pick of the bowlers, while Sahib Malhotra picked up 2. Ignore did so as well. 100 for 9 is what MCT All-Stars could manage, as Punjab Blue pick up those vital points and stay alive in the tournament. They redeemed themselves after a bashing from Sampami in the first one. 153 for Punjab Blue after winning the toss. RD 63 set it up nicely, and it was Magun and Singh who contributed with a bat in hand and featured there. And it was an important contribution as they batted according to the situation at that time. MCT All-Stars, very clinical. In fact, it was Ladda and Co who were very clinical. Punjab Blue, 12 for 3 in his 4 overs. And All-Stars with a bat in hand, not much to talk about except for that run ball 26 by Shah. Faltering by a big margin will not be a good one for their net run rate. It's going to take a hit indeed. DR would quickly collect the Player of the Match trophy, as well as the warms suggest that it's the Punjab Blue who were dominant throughout the game. So Punjab Blue versus MCT All-Stars, another great game of cricket here in Bhullar Trophy 2022. It was fun bringing it to you. I'm Suhas Vedam, and Punjab Blue win by 53 runs, a hefty margin indeed. We'll meet you tomorrow after this bouncing back of a win by Punjab Blue. We'll have 2 more crackers in our hand, and you don't want to miss that. A double header coming up tomorrow in Bhullar Trophy 2022, and we'll bring you every ball of cricketing action. Meet you tomorrow from this beautiful ground in Dublin, Ohio. Until then, it's goodbye from all of us.